I, 43M, royally screwed up my anniversary and upset my 42F wife. Help.
Tomorrow is my 25th wedding anniversary with my wife. I love my wife more than any words I could type here. She is beautiful, funny and smart. She is everything I have always wanted. And truth be told, I do not deserve her. When we first got married, I was in the army. I missed more birthdays, holidays and anniversaries than I can count. And as much as I know this upset her, she never once got angry at me for it. She would just smile and tell me to go save the world. Even though I know behind that smile was a broken heart, she never once let that show. She is probably the strongest person I have ever met. I've been separated from the army for 10 years now, and I have tried my best to be there for every birthday, holiday and anniversary, even if it meant we celebrated on the day before or the day after. This year I planned on taking her on a trip for our 25th anniversary. We never got to have a honeymoon. We never even really had a vacation together. I thought that since the kids were grown and moved out, oldest as 22 and youngest as 20, that I was going to take her away for the weekend. Just the two of us. I booked the hotel, the cabin, the dinner reservations, everything I could think of to make this special for her. It has been all she has talked about for the last month. She was so excited about this trip. She bought new clothes, got her hair done. I truly had never seen her so excited about anything before. Cut to Wednesday night. An emergency happened at work. All supervisors, which is me, and all hands on deck to fix this mechanical problem. We end up taking shifts sleeping at work to get this fixed. It is a catastrophic failure and nobody is leaving until we troubleshoot the problem and get it fixed. I call my wife and tell her that I am not coming home.
She makes sure I'm not hurt, nobody else got hurt, and then offers to bring us pizza. On Thursday afternoon we figure out what the problem is and what we need to do to fix it. At this point my general manager is here, I get the parts ordered and then he drops the bomb. We are all working this weekend so that we can install the parts to get the machines working again. My stomach dropped into my legs because I knew that I was going to have to go home and tell my wife that this trip was not happening. It made me physically sick. I actually went into the bathroom to throw up. I got home that evening and my wife could tell something was wrong. So I sat her down and told her that the trip was going to have to be postponed for another time.
She just smiled and said that it wasn't my fault. That she understands. And shit happens. While I was in the shower, she was unpacking the suitcases, and for the first time in our marriage, I saw her cry because of something that I did. She was unpacking all her new clothes and she had tears in her eyes. And it broke my heart. I felt like the biggest piece of shit on the planet. I left for work early this morning and spent about an hour crying in the parking lot because it made me realize that my wife never let me see how disappointed and hurt she was. She holds it all in so that I don't worry about her. I was never under the delusion that me missing these things and having to cancel things did not affect her. But to actually see it broke my fucking heart. I do not know what to do to make this up to her. What do I do to make this up to her? I love my wife so much. And it is killing me to know that something I did hurt her so badly. At this point I am desperate. What do I do to help my wife? We all juggle glass balls and one rubber ball in our life. The rubber ball is our work. The glass balls are our family, our mental health, and other important things. You can let the rubber ball drop, it will bounce back. Especially in this job market. Don't let your boss take your 25th wedding anniversary because that is a glass ball. Info. If they already knew what the problem was and how to fix it, did they really need you there? Reschedule for ASAP and tell them your off time is just that. Your off time. If you took off. They shouldn't be holding you hostage when you had a planned trip to be elsewhere. You take a few vacation days and go away. And once you're on vacation, you show her how you turn your phone off. And she does the same. Bring this up with her tonight so you can plan it within a month. Apply ASAP. For tonight, you go and get her favorite dinner. A bottle of wine, and give her a foot rub worthy of an Egyptian queen. OK sign. I generally consider it a sign of a bad company if they can't function without the presence of one person. If your presence was absolutely vital. My point stands. If it was not vital, then you should have stuck to your guns and gone on vacation. Companies cannot expect employees to drop their outside life at a whim. Did you speak to your company about this? Did you make an effort to determine if you could just leave it to your staff? Or did you just throw yourself into work? If you did that, I would genuinely be pissed as your wife, as it demonstrates that you care more about work than her. You may think I'm being hard on you, but work honestly shouldn't be your priority in life. Moreover, you're senior enough now that you could have figured out a way to get some slack with your company. You need to reevaluate your priorities because your wife is way too nice. I would have gone on the trip without you tbh. Can't you just take your leave? You already booked your days off and fixed the emergency. Why do they need you there to do the installation? I don't know where you work, but if this company can't survive without one employee, then you're being taken advantage of. The pandemic has taught people work don't matter. Your family does. I suggest you try your best to take your days off as originally planned. After reading more of these comments, I want to know why you didn't at least try telling your boss that you wouldn't come in. You should have told your supervisor that it was your anniversary and you weren't gonna be able to work. Explain that I love working here, but I love her more, and if that means firing me, so be it, because if I have to hurt my wife for this job, my attitude every day I work here is gonna be terrible. Reschedule your trip as soon as possible. Take her out for dinner tonight. Buy her flowers. Hold her hand and tell her how much you love her, how much you appreciate her, how supported you feel by her, how happy she makes you. Tell her how much it breaks your heart to let her down. Tell her how it makes your heart sing to know how much she loves you. You've weathered 25 years together. You've got this. Just remember to let her know you don't take her love, understanding and acceptance for granted. I would have told my boss that this is my 25th anniversary weekend and I'm not working. End of. But since you worked, take a week off work and take her away. But for the future, say no to work. It was a very special occasion and work needs to understand that. What kind of shithole company do you work for that would make you cancel your PTO? That's the real issue here. I'm sure she will be fine. And you are going to make it up to her. You are a good dude. But you need to get a different job. Why were you not able to tell your boss that your time off was not negotiable? Is your job situation precarious? Did you speak with the boss and directly tell him the importance of this weekend to you and your wife? Call your boss and explain the situation. You already have prioritized your shitty job your whole life. Prioritize your wife at least once. Yeah, no. My mom has a pretty similar work ethic to you. It's admirable in some ways. But y'all act like the most important commitment to ever exist is your job. You cancel plans, abandon evenings, reschedule dinners and vacations, and just completely miss unretrievable life moments, all for a job that would replace you within 2 to 3 pay periods. It sucks having someone like that in your life. It sucks even more when you love them so much that you put up with the broken promises just to cling to the few and far between moments of closeness. You and my mom, you both act like these things are simply out of your control. Like they're unavoidable accidents. And all you can do is throw up your hands and go along for the ride. You're a grown adult. You can say, no. You can say, I have plans. You are fully capable of going to your boss and saying, I cannot reschedule this. I will help when I return. At a certain point, these emergencies become a conscious decision to prioritize a job over the living, breathing humans who love and miss you. Nowhere in the story did you mention even thinking of trying to talk your boss into letting you keep your vacation time. That was a choice. You didn't immediately reschedule the trip, and instead just canceled and said, another time. Another choice. Living with someone who consistently chooses a job over the people they supposedly love is draining. No matter how much they say we matter to them. We know that at the drop of a hat they could be called back to their job and we'll be at minimal priority once again. I feel so bad for your wife. Reschedule for an even better trip. And keep your promise this time. Good luck. I hope you make it right. You need to get a new job and start prioritizing your wife. This is ridiculous. Your company could easily let you go in a heartbeat with zero notice. And you're also able to leave if you're stuck in a toxic situation. Unless you are living paycheck to paycheck. This is a situation where you need to stand up to your boss and remind him you had approved PTO. You'd already scheduled your vacation. And you've allowed your work life to eclipse your relationship with your wife for too long. Grow a pair.
Weren't you able to say no to your boss?
You can always get another job, but you skipped on a once-in-a-lifetime anniversary. Not a good look, my guy. Where do you work where they couldn't handle things without you? What if you were sick? Would they wait for you? If I were you, I would tell them no, but unfortunately you didn't. You have 25 years anniversary only once, it will not be the same the next time. Me personally, I would be prepared to risk losing the job for this. Especially because you weren't there for all the birthdays and other anniversaries. Why have you never had a vacation together before? Or you could just go? Like, unless your contract states they can do whatever they want your hours, they can't make you come in.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.